Cam, can we please have a one-word undead-themed prompt?
Undead themed prompt. Oh my God. Okay, my undead themed prompt is intestines.
Good luck. Here we go. 3, 2.
You know what? This time in my life, I am now accepting the fact that I may need to just take Pepto-Bismol more regularly as I age. I'm going to say age gracefully.
Is it upper GI or lower GI? That's the problem here. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Cool. Hold on one second. Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
This is the show where we talk over TV shows and pooping as chosen by our guests and movies. And this week we watched the original Resident Evil from 2002.
The early aughts. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Now, Siege, I know you didn't have any sort of prompt or anything, so I'm just curious why you brought up your intestinal problems. Now, is this like a daily thing or?
It is today. I'll admit that.
Great. Is it just too much coffee or like what's going on here?
I think it's a combination of yesterday, for no reason, woke up much earlier than I wanted to. And then also yesterday stayed up later than normally and had one whole beer. And now
That'll
I think I'm
for
paying
me.
for that, which is so sad.
Yeah. If I have one or two drinks, immediate hangover. Like not even the next day. It's just that day.
Night. Yeah.
Like I'm like I feel awful. I don't know. I
It's
can't hang.
I set a like pretty hard time limit of like I can't have any alcohol past like 8, if that. Because then Ken, the same with you. Then I won't be able to drink enough water to like prevent the hangover to then.
Jesus Christ, we're so old. No one wants to listen to this. Let's
sucks.
bring on our guest. This week we have a brand new guest. Welcome, Cam.
Hi, Cam.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Different than our frequent returning guest, Chaos Cam or Coach Cam, but this is a brand new Cam.
Cam with
a
K.
K.
What about you guys? Pepto-Bismol users? Let's go around the horn.
Sometimes I'll get like slight indigestion, and so I'll take one of those chewy tablet things.
Yeah.
Not full Pepto. What about you, Cam? Let's learn about each other.
I'm on that fiber gummy train every day of my life.
Okay.
This is something I am passionate about talking about, which is like my breakfast every day is it's yogurt, like organic preferably, because then you get more of the good gut bacteria stuff. Then I make overnight oats with chia seeds, and I put that in the yogurt, and then also peanut butter granola for some protein.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, I was told by my doctor I have high cholesterol and that I should go on a high fiber diet, but I refuse to do that. So I am drinking Metamucil because I am that old now, I guess, and that's how I am bypassing and cheat coding my life. So there we go.
Every day I start the day, the first thing I put in my body is 3 fiber gummies.
Nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's been working beautifully.
I have some of those in our bathroom as well.
Yeah.
I don't love though that it's you have to have like 3 or 5 to get some like a daily serving. So it's like a lot of gummies.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Metamucil's not that bad, guys. It's like Tang, basically. I don't know.
Yeah. Or just eat candy.
Yeah. Yes.
Or just eat candy.
Go back to the Flintstones vitamins.
Exactly.
The chalky.
The Flintstones fiber gummies or fiber vitamins, I think, is like we're ready for that.
Yeah. I actually just had my physical like this week. Cholesterol's good, but high blood pressure. And the doctor I forget the term he used, but he used the term like sometimes it is like white coat, blah, 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 which means like just the act of being at the doctor's office could increase your blood pressure. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how to be like, well, yeah, on my way here, I got into a heated exchange at work, and then I was worried about missing the bus to get here, and then I'm just anxious in general. So, yeah, it could be that. Like, it could just be my general state of being. It's just
my everyday life.
Yeah, just always a little on edge.
I've had borderline high blood pressure the past couple of times I've gone in, and my doctor was also like, yeah, it could just be because, you had to walk up 2 flights of stairs to get here, or I don't know, but it happened enough times where he's like, take it at home. So
Yes.
I had to buy like the $30 one off Amazon to.
Ken, that's
to
exactly what I did
fine.
this week.
Okay, cool.
It's in the mail.
Nice. No, they're not as accurate as like the one in the doctor's office, obviously, but I don't know. I took it a couple times and it was good enough. So
Good enough.
I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna drink my Metamucil and
right, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what we're all striving for, right? Good enough.
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
That's right. Well, speaking of a situation that was not good enough for an AI-powered computer, I don't know, that was an awful transition. We're going to talk about Resident Evil and more coming up on the Overtalking Podcast.
That transition was good enough.
Exactly.
In a top secret research lab, security has been breached. A deadly virus capable of contaminating the entire world has been released.
Oh my god.
We have to get out of this building.
What was that? It's the brakes!
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, joined by brand new guest Cam, and we're talking about Resident Evil, the original one, and we'll talk more about why I keep saying that. But first, Cam, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe for someone who's not yet seen the original Resident Evil and tell them what it's all about.
Ready, go.
All right. There is one evil corporation only. It's the Umbrella Corporation. They have scientists working underground doing evil biohazard experiments. Something shockingly goes wrong. They accidentally turn everyone into zombies. The paramilitary team has to go down and figure out what's going on. Surprise, it's
5,
zombies. Almost
4,
everyone dies.
3, 2.
That's it. You didn't need more time than that.
Yeah.
I didn't need
that's
more
pretty
time.
much it.
That's
It
it.
is
It's
actually
zombies.
pretty light on plot
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
There's zombies. There's some like experiments that also escape, but like that's it basically, and they're just fighting their way out.
The whole time I was just like, okay, the zombie part. Get to the zombie part. Like, I know it's coming. Let's just get to that.
To get to the zombie part.
Yeah.
Did you guys have this isn't the first time I've seen this. I assume, Cam, you've seen this before, but CJ, have you seen this?
Yes. Ken,
Did we watch these together?
Yes.
Right? Okay, along with Underworld one summer?
Exactly.
I was marathon them all.
I was texting this to Cam beforehand. That this was in high school, right?
No, it was like a summer over college, I think.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was the summer before
or maybe
college.
it was the summer in high school.
I thought it was the summer before college because this was us like, oh, we're all going. It was you, me, Matt. Like we were all going to different colleges. And so it was one less
remember,
hurrah.
like daily we would go over and watch one or two.
Yeah.
And knocked them out in like a week or two. Yeah. It was awesome. It was pretty great. Highly recommend, even though these movies they're fine in my opinion, but we'll get to that.
Maybe there's something because I had watched it the first time I watched it. It was pretty recently after I came out with a high school friend also who I think she viewed it as one of her responsibilities to like make sure that I knew about cool shit because I like lived a very sheltered life, and so like every time we hung out she'd bring over a movie or something or like a disc of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and be like,
nice,
we're watching this, this is your education. And so we watched Resident Evil and it was like, yeah.
What else did they bring over to share? I'm curious what was on this list.
Yeah, it was mostly that and then Buffy. And then there was one time, I don't know if this counts as like cool shit, but we watched Napoleon Dynamite and then Napoleon Dynamite ended. And then we immediately rewatched Napoleon Dynamite 2 more times.
That's great.
Nice.
And also this is the same friend who introduced me to Lord of the Rings, which is like a defining personality trait for me now. So it's like,
nice.
Shout out to Emily. She's the realist.
Nice.
That's great.
No Underworld series for you then?
I think yes, Underworld also was part of that. Anything where it's going to be like creatures, this like urban fantasy, and like really, really like badass hot chicks.
I was going to say that's the underlying thing here. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, strong female protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicking ass.
Yeah. I'm also trying to recall why we chose these movies, other than I think there was part of it was like, well, there's 6 of them, so that'll be fun. Like we
I think that was really
purposely wanted like a giant franchise to go through.
It might also have been like that summer the like final installment was coming out in theaters, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
It really depends on when we actually did that.
Yeah,
I don't
can't
recall.
remember.
I'm gonna check the timeline.
Yeah. One thing I was going to bring up though was they did the classic trope in this movie where no one's ever heard of a zombie before.
Yes.
Which kills me every time it comes up, or they have to rediscover. They're not staying dead. Where do I shoot? What? Yeah. How would I possibly kill this? Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And again, it takes them so long. Like, even when they're encountering, they're like, oh, it's a survivor. It's whatever. Like
Yeah.
They just take them so long to put it together that something is wrong with these people.
Yeah, these are like trained mercenaries, and they're like, what's happening? I'm not shooting them in the head, and they're not dying. It's like, I'm pretty sure the training is like 2 in the chest, 1 in the head.
Yeah. Only the chest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That one of the characters even says, like, I shot them 5 times and they still weren't going down. It's like, yeah, because you didn't shoot them in the head, which we all know will kill anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't even figure out themselves in this movie. They had to wait for the like little AI girl to tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, it was the like confusion about like the coagulated blood on the ground. It's like, but that only happens when you're dead.
That was the first hint.
Yeah. So this movie is full of idiots, is what we're saying, I think.
It really is, because like I rewatched it. I had rewatched it pretty recently, but I did over the weekend also to do my due diligence for the podcast.
Appreciate that.
Like the part of the defense system when the hive gets contaminated is like the house shuts down and there's a nerve gas that gives them amnesia. So like the person who's defending this now doesn't remember any of their training about like if the zombies are coming up, like I don't know who I am. So
yeah, I still don't think I really understand that or why that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an unfortunate side effect, but like, was that purposeful? Because if it was, it is weird. I don't know.
Still sort of confused about the house scene and them waking up and being like, where am I? And
I feel like that has to be like, because I haven't ever played any of the video games. That's my confession.
Me neither.
I don't think I've either, yeah.
Is like, that's a sort of the classic video game thing of like, you wake up and you don't know who you are and you have to figure out everything.
That's
so
true.
Like, that would be a convenient way to...
It's a plot device, right?
To play that, like, oh, oops, you have amnesia.
Yeah, realizing like, oh, it's a very good excuse to then explain exposition of the movie.
Right,
to let
exactly.
Figuring it out together with the main character. And
right.
Right, but it's like, you don't need that for the movie, and so I think that's like, if you think about it at all, it doesn't make sense.
That's a weird choice, yeah.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense. Like, maybe just add a bit more plot to what we covered.
Yeah.
There is like a central computer. I forget what they're called in this
The Red
movie.
Queen.
The
right?
Red Queen.
Is her the AI interface name?
Yeah.
Yes, and she purposefully kills everyone off because this T virus was released and would have turned everyone into zombies. Although she just kind of sped up that process, I guess.
Right.
Except it wouldn't spread outside of the facility. But then she, I guess, in the house that like leads to this facility, doesn't kill everyone off, just releases a non-lethal nerve agent. What is that? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
I guess that like the idea would be if someone like some agent, some bad actor not affiliated with the company was trying to get in, then they would also get knocked out by the nerve gas. But
okay, so they could be apprehended, maybe.
Right, yeah, by this crack team of mercenaries who shows up, and it's like, we have to open it up. We have to get down and find out what happened.
Yeah. I also that like early in the movie we see the lab where the whatever glass thing shatters, releasing the virus into the air, and it goes through air duct in that lab. Cut to later in the movie, they say, this lab is completely sealed off. It was like, well, no, it's not. The whole reason it escaped is you could climb through the air duct.
Exactly.
Which, like, poor design of a lab to just let the fumes of chemicals.
Yeah, so wait, that same lab is watertight, but it is not airtight?
That's what that's what I'm saying. And the air duct they show is low to the ground. Like, the water would go into the duct.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't make sense. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's not great.
It doesn't make sense, but it is so committed to just, like, being cool. That is something I really respect.
Yeah.
Especially having first encountered it as, like, a teenager. Like, you don't care about any of that shit. You're just like, this is fucking cool.
I will admit I was really loving all of the stings of music, just like bobbing my head along to like rave music. Like, oh yeah, let's get it. Killer
the
soundtrack.
Soundtrack is just like, just like sort of generic rock, like set to badass scenes of Mila Jovovich kicking the dog.
Oh yes, that is like the most memorable scene. Unfortunately, her running up the wall and then roundhouse kicking this dog that's flying through the air in the head to kill it somehow. Also, awesome.
Yeah, that one really stuck with me this time. Of like that's the moment she recovers from her amnesia enough to like remember her skills, and she's like, wait a minute, I'm a badass.
I can actually do something cool.
Has her like moment, runs up the wall in like slow-mo, and it's the like zombie dog. And she kicks in the head and kills it, and he's like whimpers pathetically, and he's like, okay, I don't know. I actually don't know how I feel about that.
So when we got to the scene, I was like, oh yeah, the dogs. But I was so worried because everything that had come up to that point was really bad CGI.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, wait, I remember we're going to see a lot of these dogs. Like, are they CGI? But no, they're not. They're just like covered in red slime that I read in IMDb trivia. They just kept licking off and they had to like reapply it all the time, which was kind of funny. But
it seems like the dogs had a great time then.
Yeah.
That's what I was sort of impressed that they were able to get these like practical effects on dogs and they were willing to like leave them on and shoot those scenes and stuff.
It looked good enough to me, which I think is the theme of this whole episode. But
except for the giant monster, which is super bad. I mean, this is where it's easy to knock the CGI now in the year 2026, but like I'm sure it looked good at the time, probably.
Expectations were much lower than I assume, but man, it looks bad. I don't know. This is where I'm a little confused because the practical effects of the zombie dogs and all the zombie people look good. And then even the monster before it's released, this like, I don't even know how to describe it. This giant monster with its brain exposed, we see it in its cage and that is practical effects. Like that's a goopy brain and all the tubes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so that looks good and scary.
Yeah, I would have much rather have seen their attempt at a practical effects big monster thing. But then it would be harder for it to like crawl around on the walls and stuff. But still, I'm like, I want practical effects again. It looks so much better.
I wonder if everyone watching this was like, oh, well, this is much better than the shitty effects we had in the video game. So
probably.
Right.
I don't know. But
But that was, I guess it would have been hard to shoot the scenes towards the end of the movie where the monster is on this train with them and it keeps shooting its super long tongue out like a frog.
The tongue, honestly, we do spoilers. Obviously, we do spoilers on this podcast, but the tongue seemed like its biggest vulnerability more than an asset at any point.
Yeah,
way too long. I don't know.
And I was so our gang of characters uses a train, an underground train, to get from the house to the underground base of the Umbrella Corporation. And so they're escaping on this train towards the end of the movie. The entire time that they're in this train car, all I kept asking is, why is there a giant bag of pipes on this train?
Yes, I was wondering that too. I was like, wow, what weird set dressing. Like, this is so silly.
Just
I just chalked it up to like 2002 set dressing, basically. But then they use it.
Yes, well, that's it paid. Yeah, eventually, once they used it, I was like, "That's why." Okay, but the entire time,
pipes.
I was trying to justify it in my head of
pipes.
like, "Oh, maybe they were still building the tracks, and this train was part of the construction crew and stuff." Yeah, it doesn't like trying to make sense of the movie for it.
And one of them is like super pointy so that you can easily stab through a monster tongue with it.
Yeah, we all know a construction crew needs a super sharp pipe to build stuff.
It comes with the set.
Yeah.
Right.
I do want to talk about another scene because I am the computer guy. So they're trying to break into the mainframe room to shut down the Red Queen. And they first have to unlock one door and go through this hallway and then unlock another door. One, I'll say that in the field of cybersecurity, that is called a man trap. That's a real term. It's like a mouse trap, but it's called the man trap room. You need to let one door close before you can open the next one. And then it's a 5-digit code that they hack into. That's only 100,000 different combinations, which any computer nowadays could probably do in less than a minute. But I love that. Like back then, it was like, oh man, we're gonna hack into this code. Where now it'd be like, I hit enter and it instantly it's like done, got it.
Amazing. Although I feel like the guy who was like the computer guy, I don't think that was their A-team guy. I think he was struggling that whole time with everything. He couldn't get punch the elevator code digits in later too. And it's like, okay, well, the A-team guy was out sick today. And so this guy is really just doing it.
Sweating it.
Yeah. I also wanted to see, I feel like our protagonist was the only one really doing hand-to-hand combat stuff. Like, again, there's this mercenary team, but they only ever rely on their guns. Even when it's close quarters, they're still shooting them from a foot away, which I guess that would be your instinct. But then it's surely you know how to fight too, right?
Didn't Michelle Rodriguez do some hand-to-hand?
That's what
I'm just thinking of other stuff.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it was only the women in the movie are actually good at fighting.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also they don't. The ammo is a limited resource as well. So it's I'm low on ammo. I have one clip left. And it's you're still shooting even though.
Yeah.
Well, they know the trick. You just shoot off screen and then you get
there you go.
Ammo back. So.
Yeah, and also, speaking of hand-to-hand combat and Michelle Rodriguez, she gets bit so early in that movie and so many times.
Yes.
Yeah. Very infected.
Yeah.
It stays human for almost the entire movie. And I almost forget every time that she gets bit almost immediately.
Yeah.
But then, never mind. I was going to say, but then, I can't remember the dude's name, but the last surviving guy gets scratched by the big CGI monster, and he turns into Nemesis like almost immediately. Or starts to. But I guess that is a different, not just a monster, not just a zombie,
because the machine, the like big bad monster has the like constantly evolving DNA, and so he's gonna go trying to like make the logic of this movie. Movie makes sense. Like, oh yeah, no, it's because it's fast
that
DNA,
part's
not
kind
the
of
slow
there,
zombie DNA.
It's not a good sign when all of us are trying to do these mental gymnastics to like fit the logic of the movie.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
God. Yeah, I think the main draw is like Michelle Rodriguez and Mila Jovovich, who's I don't know if they ever say her name in the first one, but is Alice the protagonist throughout this
don't.
series.
It's only in the credits.
That's crazy.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're so badass in this. The sexual tension is off the charts. And then it gets to the end, and there's such a funny scene. I think it's like a really funny twist on the like kill me, don't let me turn into one of them is like her like head's down. You're like, oh, she's dead for sure. And so Alice is getting ready to shoot her, and she's like, I'm not dead yet. Don't shoot me yet. And then like grabs her gun back. I love that moment so much.
Yeah.
Like, actually, no.
Surprise. Even again, to your point, even though I got bit first, I'm still alive somehow.
Yeah, crazy. She gets bit first in the hand, and then in the arm, I think again, and then in the neck, and it's like,
I feel like you'd also be just bleeding out at that point
right,
too.
Exactly.
It's not even about the zombie bite. It's just like loss of blood.
You're gonna die anyway. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think that was, and then the other like scene that imprinted on me as a kid was like of course, the laser scene when they're in the man trap is like so fucking cool. I don't care if it makes sense. I don't care, because you're like, you think you have the system figured out of like, it's one laser that comes, and they don't even know what it is at first. They're like, everyone just is like standing still.
Yeah, I also, you wouldn't, if you don't know what it is, maybe try to avoid it because you're not sure.
And it's not hard the first time. It's just like, if you duck a little, you're fine.
I'm with you though. I love any scene that has like their head is decapitated, but it just slowly like slides off their body or like any body part like that. I'm like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and then the other guy's like hand, and you're like, okay, maybe he'll be fine, but then the laser comes again, and so you're like, okay, so it's one laser, it can be anywhere in this tunnel, and you think you like know the rules, and so the last guy standing, he's like, which way is it gonna go? I'm ready to jump, whatever, and then it just like spider webs out, and like
sliced into bits, which again why not have that be the first pass of laser?
Right,
just have it be.
Yeah, what was the point of,
I don't know.
Make it the one that no one can get through.
The point of it is they needed some suspense in a movie.
Right. Just an energy saving thing. If you can get away with one laser, why use 50?
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
exactly.
They were cutting costs.
Yes.
And then like that's like half their team dies in like the first obstacle, which is also crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just drop like flies, and by the end it's like you're really glad that they picked up all of these other like stray people who are not part of the team, because that's who lives.
Yeah, they just need more bodies.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think it might be time for...
Hey, did you know that?
That's right. For those who don't know, this is the trivia portion of our show where we pit our guests and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watched. Cam, CJ, are you two ready?
Ready.
Absolutely.
All right. First question, and you both might know this, so I'm going to need you to both answer it at the same time.
Okay.
Count of three. How many movies were in the original Resident Evil film series? I'll give you a second to think about it. I think Cam knows for sure.
I actually don't. Okay, I'll guess.
All right,
ready to guess.
3, 2, 1.
6.
6.
It is 6. All right.
Yes!
You just get the point. Nice job. All right. Next question. A crossover movie was planned with what other supernatural action series? First person to answer it gets the point.
Underworld, I hope.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, Underworld.
It never came about, but yeah, that would have been cool, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why are they linked like that? It's just because they're badass women fighting monsters effectively?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clearly successful franchises. They both made like 6 movies,
Right.
so they're like, hey, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was Underworld an original movie series? That wasn't based on a video game, right? I don't think so.
Not as far as I know. I think they were just like, this would be fucking cool if there was like vampires and werewolves and whatnot.
Right.
And they were right.
Like,
it was fucking cool.
Maybe it was a book series. I mean, maybe I'm just comparing it to Twilight, but it sounds like a book series. Maybe, I don't know.
It might have been like the last gasp of like original properties being made into movies.
Yeah, wow.
All right, next question. True or false? Much like in the Fast and the Furious franchise, Michelle Rodriguez comes back from the dead in a later installment.
False.
True. Why not?
It is true. in a way, in the fifth movie, they make two different clones of her so that she could be back in it for some reason.
Hell yeah.
Of course. If you can get Michelle Rodriguez to come back, if she's available, figure out a way.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that one for long enough, but absolutely.
That's now her thing, is to come back from the dead and
so. Apparently, I didn't know how to work this into a question, but apparently Michelle Rodriguez told her agent, if they ever make a Resident Evil movie, I want to be in it. And eventually this script came around, and so her agent pushed really hard for her to get into it, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
I can't imagine anyone other than her in it. It's like, this is Michelle Rodriguez role, and she kills it.
They did basically rewrite her role to be much larger than it was. Apparently she was supposed to be one of the first killed off, but
no, that's incorrect. They rewrote the role but kept the first bite.
Yeah. Apparently Mila was pissed too, because a lot of her action scenes in the first half of the movie instead were given to Michelle. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Next question. Okay, Mila Jovovich, is that right? Mila Jovovich's Alice character was introduced in which game in the Resident Evil series? And you can just give me like a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure neither of you know.
I'm gonna say the second one.
Okay.
I was gonna say first.
Trick question. This is not in the video games at all. This is a new character for the movies. Apparently. Yeah.
Wow.
Got you.
Because I knew that they're like, it almost in a way the movie feels like a prequel to like the whole like a Raccoon City sort of zombies take over the city is what happens in the second one. And so I was like, oh yeah, maybe it's like they did the Raccoon City one and then they made a prequel to show like what happened, how did we get to this point?
All right, next question. Mila met her future husband on this film. Who she's currently still married to. Who she marry?
The director, right?
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. She met Paul W.S. Anderson on this film.
Yeah.
And then they got to make, a bunch of other movies together, which is cool. I think he eventually only wrote the next two, but then he came back on as full director for the last 3.
Wow.
Rad. Power couple.
Yeah. What is the body count in this movie?
Oh, wow.
And I honestly don't know if this is just humans. So, it's a number that I have for IMDb trivia. So if you match this number, good luck. I don't know.
Okay.
Can we get an over-under?
No.
No? No, I have to try. Okay.
I need a sec to try to count through.
I'm going to say 50.
Okay.
I think in my head I was under. I'll go 75. Higher.
75 is closer. 88 is the magic number that I have here.
Okay. At first I was just counting like the main characters as like, oh no, wait, the whole office died.
Yeah, the whole office. It just must be, everyone down there.
Yeah.
It's like almost every character in this movie, basically.
Right.
Every character that we see on screen dies.
Right.
Except for like the 3 of them or whatever.
Yeah. All right. This could be the final question. It's currently, Cam, you have 2, CJ, you have 4. Why don't we make this double points?
Okay.
All right. What is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage? Closest without going over. CJ, since you're in the lead, you'll go first to give Cam the edge.
Yeah.
This is the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes in percentage. Closest without going over.
It's not, I don't think it's like a good movie, but it's not like terrible. Critics though. I'll say middle of the road, like a 54%.
Okay.
I'm going to say 30%.
All right. It's all tied up, Cam. You did it without going over. 36%.
Yes. I was going to say 36 because I watched it on Apple and it shows like in the, below the title.
Oh, shoot.
It shows the score. I was like, I think it's 36, but I was like, I can't lose those points. I could have just said 0, but yeah, 36 because I looked at it and I was like, that is way too low. That can't be right.
All right, well, then it's tied up. So I'll let you two choose. Do you want to do the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes or the Letterboxd score?
Cam, you're the guest. You can choose.
Okay, let's do audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. I never saw this one.
Okay, cool. What's the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes? Just closest. I'm going to need you to both say your answers on the count of 3, but I'll give you a second to think about it. This is in percentage.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
66?
60. Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
See, you were almost spot on. 67%.
Whoa!
Yeah. So, CJ, you are our winner. Sorry.
Hell yeah. That's all right.
For those who are curious, the Letterboxd score was 2.9 out of 5.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So people,
Okay.
I mean, overall, people like this more than the critics. But also, I mean, you can understand why the critics wouldn't necessarily like this because there just isn't a whole lot going on here, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. All right, well, it's time for our ratings then.
You've heard us debating. We know you've been waiting. So now it's time to hear our ratings.
Cam, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Resident Evil for you?
8.
Wow.
Hard 8.
Wow, okay.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
Absolutely none.
Dang.
It's entertaining. I think that sometimes that's all you want is to watch a movie for 90 minutes that is fun and people killing zombies. And this will fit the bill. 8 out
Okay.
of 10.
I support that logic.
Yeah.
However, I do not agree with the rating.
Well, agreed, yeah. Siege, what would you rate this then?
For me, yeah, like I said, it's not a great movie, but it's fun. It's not bad, but I think I think I'm in line more with like the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, or like it's on Letterboxd. I did give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's pretty middle of the road. So I was going to say, I'll do like a 5.7.
Okay.
Because I agree with you that it is fun. You don't need really a plot for these types of movies. You want to see some action scenes, them fight zombies, get on with our lives, that kind of thing. We continued to watch the series back in the day for all 6 movies. That's got to count for something, I think.
Yeah.
Ken, how about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty in line with that. I was thinking like a 5.5 or 6. I'll do 5.5. I think, and I'm sure it's just because one hot summer day we watched this in a nice cool basement, but I for some reason feel like this is a great summer movie to throw on. And yeah, it's just, it's a mindless action movie that you don't need to think too much about. You can kind of half watch it, and it's a good time. So
it's probably better that you don't think about it, because then you'll find all the plot holes we discussed.
And that makes it better. Exactly.
Don't think about it.
But I also remember a couple of the sequels being better than this first one. But I also do I've seen this more than once, by the way, like not just in your basement seat. I might have seen it before we watched that together.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But like I remember the house. There's like a lot of like specific things I remember about this movie that are very, I don't know, just stick in my mind. So that counts for something, I guess. 5.6. 5.6. I think it's a 0.1.
Yeah. It came out in 2002, and we're talking about it. So I think it stands the test of time in this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is where I cannot remember a single thing that happens in the rest of the franchise. I don't remember anything about any of the following 5 movies or whatever.
I remember the last movie. They're like in the desert, and it's like, but then it turns out it's like Las Vegas, and so like there's like little things sticking out of the sand or something that are left over from that.
And we didn't talk about they're gonna make a new one this year.
Well, they already remade it once, and it was bad. And then they made a TV show version of it, and it was bad. And now Zach Kreger, who has done a bunch of horror that is good, is remaking it. And apparently he has not seen any of the previous iterations of it. So this will be really interesting. I assume he's played the video games then.
Yeah.
It's supposed to mainly follow the second, third, and fourth iterations of the video game. But again, I have no idea what that means. So
crazy. again, we watched this when we were like teenagers, so crazy for my teenage brain to know that one of the members of the sketch group Whitest Kids You Know will go on to direct a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, kind of wild.
I think teenage me would be like, "What are you talking about?" This is
he directed didn't Weapons win some sort of Oscar this year? So I mean, he's like an Academy Award.
Yeah,
not winner, but like directed an Academy Award winning movie.
She won. The actor who played Gladys won, right?
Oh, right.
For supporting.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So yeah, wild. Yeah.
I'm still suspicious that it will not be bad because
I expect it will be bad. I think he's only doing this as like a one for you, one for me thing with like a studio.
Sure.
But you know.
And this is his one for himself. Got it.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know. Did either of you watch any of the other iterations of it? I tried to watch the Netflix TV show and had to give up because it was like truly bad. I don't know. But
yeah, it's very interesting to me that like these super successful video game franchises just like can't. Well, I shouldn't say that because they made 6 movies, but that's the thing. Like they kept making more, but I don't think any of them are rated good. But they were like, well, we made our
crowd pleasers, right?
Yeah.
At least they were watchable. I think I think this original series at least achieved that, which is okay, which is fine.
Yeah, I think that there has to be a sense of like commitment to the bit that I mean I haven't seen any of the new stuff either, but I think that if you're just doing it to like make money for Netflix, then you've already failed. It has to be like, I'm doing this because it's going to be cool and big and dumb, and people are going to want to watch it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think sometimes there's a sort of joylessness in like the sort of Netflix industrial film complex.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Cam, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. I am honored.
Do you have any thing you want to plug at the end here, or any words of wisdom for our audience?
Go watch dumb movies that are fun and not deep. That's my advice.
Cam, you set us up perfectly because next month we have an entire month dedicated to dumb, fun movies.
That's right.
For the entire month of May, we will be doing Jason Smatham, a month-long celebration of Jason Statham movies, joined all month long with my brother Eric.
That's right. And I think we can officially say which movies we're covering. So there's 4 Wednesdays in May. We are covering the first 2 Transporter movies and Crank 1 and 2. Because we got to start somewhere, and that's it. So also probably watched by us around the same time that we watched Resident Evil.
Yes. Together, so. Yeah. Transporter 2 or The Transporter, the first one came out in 2002 as well.
So, oh, wow. Okay.
Same era.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but also I was just thinking like really stupid action movies. Like the Crank
I definitely remember watching Crank on DVD in my basement.
Yeah. Definitely owned them too. Really stupid. I don't know.
Stupid, but so fun.
So fun.
Yeah. Can't wait. Tune in for that. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to watch along some very mindless movies. Well, what do we have to plug here, Siege?
You can follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod. Call or text the show at USACat1591. Email us at overtalkingpod@gmail.com or go to our very real website, overtalkingpod.party.
And oh no, they're here. I always get self-conscious doing something in front of a new guest. But it's the Overtalking Overlords. Cam admitted that they've listened to the podcast before, at least, so hopefully this isn't too weird. There are ghastly otherworldly landlords. Oh no, they're here to remind me to remind you. If you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate and review where applicable. Reviews would help people find this podcast. Also, we spend no money in advertising, so if you like the show, please tell a friend and spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And they're gone. Oh,
good. Get them out of here.
And as I always say at the end of every single episode,
I'm missing you already.
Oh yeah,
that's a quote from the movie. Before
get him in the Nemesis Project. That was the only thing I could think of. Bye.
Bye.
This episode of Overtalking was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Cam. Music by Justin Peters. Be sure to rate and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And tune in next week as the boys kick off Jason Smatho month.